What is up, everybody? Hey, there are some really positive vibes coming from linebacker coach Kelvin Shepard. Like he is pumped about his linebacker room, isn't he, Chris? Like
Yes, he is.
he is excited. And I remember it wasn't just a few days ago, you called me and you were all pumped up about the Lions linebackers after listening to his media availability. He was really high on some of our guys. So, Chris, why don't you tell us some of the things not only that you heard, but what your takeaways are on why we should start getting maybe a little more excited on this linebacker crew than we already are.
Yes, exactly. So as we head into training camp, this is one area that's just been of concern all off season. Didn't really do anything, or maybe we did. So Kelvin Shepard comes out and starts going player by player and just raving about each player. I found
Just
it kind of
gushing.
yeah, I found it kind of interesting because it's like there's really no need to go that hard. It was after in between OTAs and
It feels
training
like a
camp.
college coach thing to do, doesn't it?
Yeah. The college coaches are really getting into that, like go super praise. And
Yeah.
he doesn't seem like a guy that's going to do that. So there's a couple names that kind of stuck out to me and you tell me what you think on this, Craig. So
Sure.
first one was Derek Barnes. He said if he can figure this out mentally, there's not very many linebackers running around like him with his speed, athleticism,
Mhm.
his ability to tackle, his body size, everything that he's about. But if he can figure that out mentally, and that's a player you and I have both been like, come on, man, like if you could play well, that would
Yeah.
help us tremendously.
Yeah. And it's a big if, right?
Mhm.
If he can figure out the mental part of it, which is probably the most important thing. But when you watch Derek Barnes last year, maybe you were like me, maybe you weren't. I don't know. But when I watch him, like that dude looks like he should be a Pro Bowl linebacker. I
Oh,
mean, when you see size, when you see speed, when you see all this kind of stuff going on, like he just looks the part of a phenomenal stack linebacker. And like I'm just saying, he looked it, but the results weren't there. So I think Kelvin Shepard kind of is saying the same thing. Like, hey, what you saw isn't a mirage. Like the dude is physically straight
yes.
gifted.
Yes, that's where it's like, am I seeing things here? Because this guy looks the freaking part. So the next one is Malcolm Rodriguez. So we've been following him. He's been our just everyone, there's always that one late round pick that you really fall in
Fall in
love
love
with.
with.
And
Yeah, Jinx.
everyone's like, yes, Malcolm Rodriguez. So he said, Kelvin Shepard said he's a green dot guy. That's the guy that you're
Ooh,
communicating with. Book it. Like he knew right away. And we're not into training camp, and he's raving about this guy
OTAs.
mentally being the guy. So as we go into training camp, we are going to keep an eye on Malcolm Rodriguez. I don't know how much he'll play, but man, he just is saying he is ready to go right now, and that's huge.
Wow. Wow. Like, I just think it's crazy. I don't know if I've ever heard a coach say something like that's high praise. That's almost like the flip opposite of what he said about Derek Barnes, but both equally good, I
Yeah,
guess. Like, it's just like, and he didn't say Malcolm Rodriguez doesn't have the physical tools. You don't call him a green dot guy if he doesn't.
I
So
know,
I
man.
just, I'm kind of amazed by that he would say that. So, like, after rookie minicamp and OTAs, he's that confident and being like, yeah, dude just gets it.
Just gets it, and we could plug him in today. And the other one that we've really kept our eye on is Jared Davis, and he said in
Ooh,
this new
the
defense,
prodigal son.
it's an attacking defense. It's not read and react. And Jared Davis is that guy that's built for just straight ahead. I'm going to go get the quarterback. That's what Matt Patricia. And again, our brain is so skewed with last saw him under Matt Patricia. So it's like,
It's
I don't
true.
know. Yeah. So now Kelvin Shepard's like, watch out. He's like, this guy can play. He's got a lot left in the tank. And with our defense, and this is the reason we got him, was we're not doing read and react, read your keys. It's go get the ball
Yeah.
and wreak havoc. And Jared Davis, it's like, well, he can do that, right? Am I
Yeah.
missing something there?
Yeah. Yeah. Jared Davis's biggest bugaboo has always been pass coverage, right?
Mm,
And so if you tell him pin your ears back and go, like there's very few guys that have top end speed like him with his size, his strength, and ability to finish on a play. I mean, like he does have those things. And it's just interesting to me how you scheme up a defense where you allow each of these guys to be in their bread and butter and do what fits them best without compromising anybody else. It's
yes.
going to be
And
so intriguing.
It's gonna be so. In the last one, to add to the intriguing part, is James Houston. So
Okay.
I mean, here's a guy again that played at Florida. We know his story. We've done videos on him, but a guy that we didn't talk to him before. Same thing there. Kelvin Shepherd's like, this guy's gonna. He just kept saying almost like, just watch. You're not gonna believe this, guys. Like, we haven't entered training camp. Wait till we get the pads on. And he did say
Yep.
that, right? Wait till we get the pads on. But he's like, you just wait until you see what these guys can do. They look good. They're faster. They're stronger. We're in an attack mode. And I should have said that earlier in the video, but that's a big part of this. I think we struggled last year because defensive line wasn't great. We don't have the athletes at linebacker. And then when you're trying to read and react, there's no way. We decided at the last 4 games of the season, 6 games, we're going to attack. We're in that double A gap look. We're blitzing. We had to do that because we don't have the athleticism to, oh, he's going that way, I'll go follow him. No, it's like
Yeah.
Anzalone's not going to be able to do that. So James Houston is another one. Wait and see what he does when he gets the pads on. You guys aren't going to believe it.
Can I ask you a personal opinion of yours on Houston?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we stand him up as like an outside linebacker? Do you think we stand him up to rush the passer? Do you think we put him on the edge, hand in the dirt? Or do you think he goes and like it's a little more of a progression and he becomes more of an inside linebacker? Like, what are your thoughts on him with
Well,
that?
as you say that, it makes me think that I think every linebacker is like an attacking linebacker, right? Like I
Mhm.
just said, you can't all just like have no responsibility and go. But that's what Jared Davis sounds like. That's what James Houston kind of feels like. We just need you to go
And
type of guy.
Barnes.
And yeah, so
But that still leaves Rodriguez, Board, and Anzalone
that's
to
true.
to not be. So
Yeah, so to answer your question, I think James Houston is a stand-up guy that's gonna be like, you just gotta go, and we'll figure this out as we go throughout the season. But you're athletic enough where we can get you there,
get
and
to the
we'll see.
quarterback.
Yep.
Get to the quarterback, but also has enough ability where, sometimes you're standing him up and he drops into coverage, things
Yes,
like
just
that.
enough ability. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
So
agree with that. I agree with that. I think he would best be utilized almost as a, if Julian Okwara doesn't work out type of
exactly.
replacement, even in that type of a role too. So I think that's exciting. I will say you talked about those guys. I personally like Chris Board. I think maybe not quite as high of a ceiling as Derek Barnes might have, or not as much of that young excitement that Malcolm Rodriguez has, but I see him as almost like a better version of, well, I don't know if I necessarily want to say that. I'm not going to say that, but I will say special teams player. There's a lot of things about him that reminds me of Jalen Reeves-Maybin.
Mhm.
And so I will say it. I'm going to say it. Forget it. Screw it. He's going to be a better version of it
Better
because he's a
version.
better tackler than Jalen Reeves-Maybin is. So I think he'll be very similar in the way he plays, but he'll actually finish plays. So he's a guy that I'm kind of looking forward to as consistent. You need a guy to make a play. He's going to be there. He'll be consistent. Maybe not just blow you away or wow you, but solid.
And the thing about Jalen Reeves-Maybin, the guy was way too sweaty because he wore just like a standard long sleeve,
Standard cotton tee.
a cotton Walmart long sleeve, and it's like he always looks slow. Like no one's doing that. Everyone, you don't wear, you know what I'm saying? Like you go
Remember
as
slow
minimal
to
as
me,
you
but he
can.
always looked out of shape. And like his face was sweating like crazy too. Just like some people's face sweats more than other people's face, and
Oh
his
my gosh.
sweat.
Yeah, so that is going to be an upgrade right there. Board just looks faster. So
Yes.
yeah, so I guess the point of this video was, if you go into training camp and you look at our linebackers, it's not that bad. And we're not saying that we're a great linebacker group that's going to
This
carry the
isn't a
team.
top 10 crew. We're not saying
No,
that.
it's just going to be a crew that's like, hey, we're not that bad. You pair that with a improved D line. Now all of a sudden the linebackers better, So it's looking good, and we'll see when the pads come on.
Can
We'll
we
really find out.
can we use the word functional?
Yes,
It's a
and that would
functional
be great.
linebacking core.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. All right, dude. Hey, good video. Thanks for sharing that. I'm excited about that. Now I'm a little more pumped up about our linebacker room. I'm catching a little bit of what you got, and Kelvin Shepherd can be my coach anytime. So,
Mhm.
hey everybody, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button below. Do it, and catch us on the next one. All right.